Hello and welcome back. Today is Tuesday, April 15th. I have your two best bets for you in the NBA play-in here today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We get a two-game NBA play-in. The start of the NBA playoff starts here tonight on TNT. We get two games here, the 7th versus 8th seed matchups here. We get two teams that, hey, they have played each other pretty recently here, as early as April 1st for the Warriors, Golden State. Orlando has played each other twice here pretty recently. Best time of the year, though. We get NBA playoffs here until January. Sit back and relax and watch some great basketball here overall. We had March Madness, we had the Masters, now it's the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, baseball in full swing. Beautiful time of the year. NFL draft as well coming around the corner. Beautiful time of the year, but this is the best sports playoffs. NBA playoffs, ton of fun, close matchups, and a lot of parity this year in the NBA, so it's going to be an interesting playoff to say the least. Right now, if I have to go off of NBA champ without anything, it's going to be the Celtics. They're going to be playing the Lakers. I know it's probably pretty chalky. Screw it. Going back to my original OKC. We're going to have OKC versus the Celtics, and the Celtics are going to go back-to-back here this year. That's my prediction. Let me know down below who you got winning it all this year. But we got a two-game night one of NBA play-in. We got Atlanta versus Orlando. These two teams have played each other 4 times this year. 2 really recently. Both of these games this month. They've gone 2-2. I don't count the most recent game because that was the game where they rested a lot of starters. So Orlando, they won the regular season in my head 2-1 in that one massive game they played earlier this month. Don't really count the most recent game, since a lot of bench players were playing in those. It was the 13th. It was just a few days ago when they just played. We get Memphis versus Golden State, 229 over under. Golden State 7-point favorite. They won the season series 3-1 overall. They did play pretty recently as well. They played on April 1st, but the other 3 games were way earlier in the season. But the most recent game, they won as well. And we took that game. Was incredible. That game was a ton of fun last time these two teams have played. Fun night of NBA action, and before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap Sunday's action. And on Sunday, we ended up going 2-1 in best bets. Shaden Sharp, he got ruled out on Sunday. He knew he was going to go off on the Lakers, so the book was like, hey, we have too many people on you on the over. We need to bench you in this matchup. Smates Bulizelis, speaking of being benched, he didn't play the whole second half. He had 7 quick points in that first half. Didn't play the whole second half. Kevin Huerter, that motherfucker, splashed 3 straight threes to start the game, and it was like, man, we were a day late on that overall. Stephen Curry, he hit his over. That game was incredible against the Clippers. That was cinema. And then Stephon Castle, he took care of business for us overall. But that was Sunday. That was the end of the regular season. Today's a new day. 2 fresh plays for this week. Let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, in this Orlando-Atlanta matchup here, 217 over under. Orlando, 5-point favorite. These two teams are running it back from a few days ago. How I would love to run it back with Paolo Banchero points, but they have jumped up that number to 30 overall. Even though the last few times he's played Orlando, he's dropped 30. But this Trae Young number to me seems very interesting. He is Mr. Play-In. He's played the most NBA play-in games. He is the most seasoned vet, I think, out of both of these teams going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Big-time players, big-time games. And I think Trae Young, last year in the play-in, he had DeJounte Murray. This year, it's all about Trae Young. I think Trae Young's going to have a great day and a good matchup here. So give me Ice Trae to go over 26.5 points, coming in -110 on DraftKings. He has a great matchup here. Orlando Magic allowed the 9th most points to the point guard position this whole regular season overall. And he's gotten this over 2 for his last 3 against the Magic, averaging 28.3 points per game. With the last 3 games this regular season, he had 19, 38, and then he had 28 in the most recent matchup here that was pretty recently. I think it was as the 8th of this month is overall. He's got us over 3 for his last 5 games, averaging 25.4 points per game overall. The last 2 games against Orlando, he had a usage rate, a 30-plus usage rate overall. And what I love about that is when he has a 30-plus usage rate on all regular season games, he got the over 81% of the time. And tonight, I don't think it'll be any different. He's going to have the ball in his hand even more here today in the NBA play-in. This is the last game, or second to last game of the season. I think Trae Young's going to do everything he can to stay afloat. Versus Orlando, he has a great history of getting the over. Since 2021, he has a 63% hit rate versus Orlando, averaging 27.3 points per game. With the last 4 games in Orlando that he played against them, he had 41, 31, 19, and 28 in his last 4 in Orlando. My bad. Since 2021 in Orlando, he has a 63% hit rate. So he has a great hit rate on the road in Orlando where dreams come true in the Magic Kingdom. The dreams are going to come true for Trae Young here overall. Versus Orlando, he's averaging 20 field goal attempts per game. The last 2 games, he had 28 shots and 20 shots versus Orlando. And Trae Young, when he takes 20 shots in a game, he gets the over 82% of the time. And I think today he's going to have the green light to shoot as many shots as he wants. Coming into this matchup, he has 3 days of rest. And when Trae Young has 3 days of rest into a game, he gets the over 75% of the time, averaging 29.3 points per game, scoring 25 plus points in all 4 of those games this season with 3 days of rest overall. I have him projected at 28 plus points here, and point guards against the Magic have feeling that Magic Kingdom or feeling that luck or have that Disney swag. That was totally bad. I didn't really have a good one this early. But Trae Young, he had 28. Carlton Carrington had 32, CP3 with CP10, James Harden had 20, Brandon Williams had 14, and LaMelo Ball. Yes, LaMelo Ball, he hasn't played in a while. He got his over against the Orlando Magic, having 25 plus points here. In this matchup, I think Trae Young's going to have 20 plus shots in this game. He's going to have the ball in his hand, and like I said, when Trae Young gets 20 plus shots in a game, he gets the over 82% of the time here. He's gotten this over 2 for his last 3 versus Orlando, having 28 in the most recent game, and that game was that was pretty much an NBA play-in game, to say the least. I have him projected at 28 plus points here. Usage rate of 30% last 2, gets the over 81% of the time. Orlando allowing the 9th most points to the point guard position. I think Ice Trae, being the seasoned vet out of both of these teams here, is going to have a great game. So give me Trae Young to go over 26.5 points, coming at -110 on DraftKings. Yeah, I just hit the microphone, so sorry about that. But Trae Young, I think Trae Young's going to have a good game here. Paolo number is very high. Overall, I do like Caris LeVert as another option at 12.5 points per game in this matchup here, but I'm sticking with Trae Young. He's the seasoned vet. He has a great matchup here. He's going to get plenty of run. Like I said, he's going to get around 20 plus shots, and anytime someone gets 20 plus shots in a game, I like the success for the over here. Jumping into the late game here, Memphis versus Golden State, 229 over under. Golden State 7-point favorite here at home. I think this game's going to be a ton of fun here overall. This could be the best game out of the both of them. Higher over-under out of each of them as well. And Jimmy Butler here at home. Playoff Jimmy time. I tweeted it out yesterday I tweeted out late yesterday on my Twitter. So if you checked it out, we got a good number here overall. I think Jimmy Butler is going to have a great game here. The Grizzlies are going to blitz Stephen Curry here. He ain't going to drop 52 on them again. But Jimmy Butler, he's going to have a great game here again versus them. So give me Jimmy Butler. Then the B stands for buckets to go over 21.5 points, coming in at -115 on DraftKings. He has the best matchup out of anyone here today in the NBA. Memphis allows the 2nd most points to the power forward position. Memphis, these last 15 games, allowed the 6th most points to the power forward position. And then these last 7 games, they allowed the 4th most points to the power forward position. And Jimmy Butler has balled out, getting the over 3 for his last 5, averaging 21 points per game. With the last 3 games, him scoring 28, 24, and 30 points per game these last 3, he is heating up. He is gearing up for the NBA playoffs. And that today, he has a great playoff matchup. Last time he played the Memphis Grizzlies was on April 1st. Was not a joke. He had 27 points off of 11 shots, and he had 12 free throw attempts. So that just shows that he had a nice balance of driving into the lane. When the Warriors did the double team to Stephen Curry, the golden boy, he dumped it off to Jimmy, and Jimmy was aggressive at going into the paint. Love the free throw opportunity here overall. Last 5 games, he's averaging 9.8 free throw attempts per game, so almost 10 free points from the free throw line. And Jimmy Butler is a pretty good free throw shooter here overall, so I love it when we see him on the line overall. And last time he played the Memphis Grizzlies was pretty much a playoff game. He had 20 shots and 12 feet off. Last game he just played, against the Clippers, which was pretty much a playoff game. He had 20 shots and 10 free throw attempts in that last game. So I love the volume that we got from Jimmy Butler last game here in a big playoff game. And today is a big playoff game for them here overall because they'd want to play the Rockets versus OKC round 1. You would rather play the Rockets here, and I think Golden State would rather play them overall. Power forwards versus Memphis have had some big games. Aaron Gordon had 33, Julius Randle 31, Ausar Thompson had 18, Bam Bam had 26, Jimmy Butler had 27, Dorian Finney-Smith had 11, and LeBron James had 25 plus points. I have Jimmy Butler projected at 25 plus points here. He has the best matchup out of anyone here today. Memphis, allowing the 2nd most points to the power forward position, has done a great job on driving into the lane. Last 5 games, averaging 10 free throw attempts per game. Love that. The last game he just played was pretty much a playoff game. Had 20 field goal attempts today. And it's playoff Jimmy. He always steps up his games at this time of the year, and I'm riding him here today. So give me Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy. And the B stands for buckets to go over 21.5 points, coming in -115 on DraftKings. And those are my 2 best bets for you in the NBA today. Gonna rattle them off again. Jimmy Butler over 21.5 points. Tweeted it out yesterday. Follow my Twitter at DaWiddler. And then Trae Young over 26.5 points, coming in -110 on DraftKings. Let me know down below what's your favorite play in this day 1 of NBA play-in. Love tailing you guys in the comment section. Different time of the year. All these lines are getting sharper. Games are way more fun. This is the best time of the year overall. Please leave a like and subscribe down below. Makes me know you like the content. And while you're down there, let me know what's your favorite play. Could be in the NBA, could be in baseball here today. Always love tailing you guys in the comment section. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.